Hello everyone and welcome back. We are in Act 5 on our skill thing that fires claws. Cobra Lash. That's it. It is a Cobra Lash Raider. It's a bit of an odd choice, but it's all out clear speed. Although it was all out clear speed before, only this boss damage was absolutely woeful. And in here I've broken my own rule, which is always go down if you can. Or maybe I haven't. Yes, we have. It's back there. So you head down whenever possible. And you keep doing that until you run out of downwards. Once you run out of downwards, you head up and go to your first right. And we're going to run through here until we find a downwards patch again, and then we're going to continue with our downwards run. Which wasn't that way. But it is pretty much just follow the road down. Now when they're down, we are going to curse him. He is vulnerable to chaos, and he's dead. Okay, ladders will drop from the ceiling. I'll grab these chests and then head up the ladder. And we're now in town. Speak to Lani and she will give you a resistance ring. You probably want this because we're getting close to killing Tava. And he will take our resist off us, so we need cold, and the other two are equal. Cold and fire. Now this ring could be terrible, it could be good, it just depends on the look of the draw, and ours is pretty terrible for this character. Okay, we then talk to Valencia, I'm sure you don't have to, and she wants us to get the miasmeter. So now we are heading into the control blocks. This is like a prison, is the only thing I can sort of describe it as. Once we're in here, we basically keep running sort of cell. I like to think of these as like cells that you see in prison films and things. So we can use our skill to jump across them. We need to get across to find the miasmeter. Now you can walk manually if you don't have a jumpy movement skill, but come on, you always have a jumpy movement skill. It's just silly not to, because you just can't level quickly. Unless you want to level slowly, which I suppose may be a thing. And that's one of the things a lot of people in our guild hate running through the acts. They find it really, really boring. I actually find it okay because I constantly trying to beat my own score, so it's like a little competition. It makes it much more playable. Okay, we now get to another load of stairs, which we're going to do the same thing, basically jump over. Maybe that's the entrance. And this is where we're getting towards our exit. Now when we find the third one of those, which should be around here somewhere, he says. We went the wrong way, I think. Actually, we went completely the wrong way. We didn't go far enough down. So if we go down and back up, when it lets us. There we go. Okay, so this is another prison. We can't get down there. It's sealed off. And there's a boss. This boss fires out Volatile Dead. Is it Volatile? No, it's not Volatile Dead. I can't remember what it's called. And also Lacerate. Just kill him. He's not a problem against this build. Because you can regen so much life off your claw hits. And it's not really regen, it's instant life gain. We'll grab the fusings. Now we're going to head to the exit, which is pretty much always this way. And up the stairs and out. Now we're in Oriath Square. This area does not change. It's static, so it will not randomise. So I know exactly where we're going in here. Which is straight up through the centre of the arena. Until we find the bridge, and then go over the bridge. Once we're here, we continue going upwards, and then we take a right and continue going right until we get to the edge. Once we're at the edge, we're going to head upwards. And we will start to see a quest marker heading into the courts. We're going to go into the courts. When in the courts, we grab the waypoint, and then we head to the right and head downwards, both together. So sort of zigzag downwards. Now, do be careful in here. They can mob you quite easily. I mean, over-mob you. What we're trying to do is find the courtroom, which should be somewhere around here. Maybe to the right here. There we go, courtroom. There tends to be big blue packs in the centre of here. Kill all those first. He died. Okay. And the door's either here, or it's at the top here. Once you get out of here, just basically keep running until you get to the edge of the arena. This isn't it. We haven't gone far enough. Kill these things. So you just keep going through here until you think you're down far enough. Once you're down far enough, you can come into this side area where there's a door. Grab some chests just in case exalts drop. I have an exalt drop in here once, and since then I've always opened these chests, which is a bit. In the Chamber of Secrets, we grab the waypoint, and then we're going to head to the left, and we're going to keep heading left until we find a downward section. Isn't the left I was looking for. There's always sort. You'll know when it is because it's an area that lets you go further back than any of these walls. So it's here, I think. So once we get here, we go all the way down here. Kill these mobs, which we absolutely slaughter with this skill. Now I'm bleeding, so if you're ever bleeding and you start to take massive damage and you can't heal it because you don't have an anti-bleed fast, stop moving, and it'll do 75% reduced damage to you because it does 75% increased damage while you're moving. I don't think I've ever talked so fast in my life. Okay, they're dead. I don't think we need mana anymore, so I'm going to leave that mana flask. Probably come to regret that later. Now, there is a crafting recipe in here somewhere. It's in the big square in the centre. I'm going to avoid it because we don't need to get there unless I get there by accident. Kill these blues. You can see this skill's damage is actually really impressive now. Are we at 38 yet? We're at 39, so we might actually port back out for the Innocence fight and come back really powerful. We will work that out in a moment. So in here there's always a lot of blues, and this is the entrance to the Innocence fight. You kill all the blues in here. There's one in each corner normally. Okay, so normally we'd now go and kill the Innocence after we kill this blue mob, but I'm going to go back to town, put on a tabby, and switch to my 6-link. So take that out, put in our 6-link tabula rasa, and copy the skill gems over, except the last one, which we're not going to copy. And then put in these new ones. As we're back in town, we can now talk to Lani, and she will give us a flask. Go for that one, we don't really need any of them. Actually, stash these claws, because we don't need them. Once we've done that, we go and talk to Valantia, give her the miasm meter, and she will give us a skill point, which we're then going to use. Now that we're back through the portal, we go and switch on the full skill gems we have built up. What are we going to do? I'm tempted to go straight for the life, but let's get that, that, and that. So that's increased damage over time. So we should do more damage within there. Let's level these up. Now this fight was really hard when I first started doing it. It's in 2 phases. Well, it's in loads of phases actually, but this first phase, first main phase, is Avarius. He will change to Innocence once you kill Avarius. Now, whenever he fires that thing, just basically get behind him.
My mana is gone.
Early on, he only uses that skill. Once he's gone past his first sort of sub-phase, he'll start using extra skills. Now, when you phase him, he'll go into the centre and launch a load of support minions. These minions work on a fixed timer, so you can't kill them any quicker or slower. You've just got to keep knocking them down and survive while he's channeling. Now, our mana resist is working nicely. Our mana regen is pretty nice. Now these, you would think, would work the same way as Toxic Rain with regards to personal energy shields. They do not. Actually, we should put that on him to make him vulnerable to chaos. Now he's turning into Innocence. This is where he gets far more dangerous. He resists chaos until we do that to him, and now he's vulnerable to it, and we just do the same thing. However, he falls out those balls in all directions, which can do a lot of damage. When he does that, you basically want to just stand behind him. He'll say he's the torch, and every so often he'll then spin around doing big fire damage in front of him, and every so often he slams the ground like so. Get out of that little slam zone, and just continue to assault him from behind. I mean, that's how I did wrong. And he'll phase again in the same way that Avarius phased. Same sort of people. We're just going to kill them all. I'm actually going to put on Blood Rage because I don't think we did it so far, because I want to start charging up my frenzy charges. What are we getting elusive off? Oh, elusive is given by Nightblade. And it doesn't wear off when you use a skill like if you were using with a step. So it's far superior. That hurt. Now that ball that he's just thrown, the slow ball, is really dangerous. Get behind the statues, otherwise you're likely to die. The statues block it. He's in his final phase now, so let's spare these mobs to see if it kills them. No, they just resist fire, not chaos, so we're not too bad. He does resist chaos, we know that much. Now we do fizz and chaos, which they're not resistant to. Our poison is all chaos. He's throwing that ball again. Will you stop moving? There you go, he stops so he blocks. He doesn't block while he's walking. No more. Innocence is dead. Deathless. We are deathless to innocence. This is a good sign.
You and only you.
We talk to Sin, and then we need to go all the way back through the courts, which are now called the Torch Courts because they're on fire. In here, we run down basically exactly the same way we came in reverse. Once we get to the middle court, there is a little boss fight. You don't need to do it, but I tend to do it because I like killing him. It's normally really fast to kill. I don't think I've ever... Actually, that's a lie. I think I died to him once. So he's in the centre of the arena normally. Here he is. So every so often he'll sort of put beams on you, and then he'll fire out this cone in front of him. Once you kill him, he turns into Dark Version, which fires out dark cones. But he's dead, so he didn't manage to do it. Getting that shield just to make it faster, and then we're going to skim through the outside area. Probably not killing much, because again, we should only be killing blues, and I've been killing far too much recently. Once we are at the... end-ish. There we go, the exit. Once we get out of there, we're going to head downwards. When we get to the bottom, we will take a left. And then up. As soon as we can, and then across. And we've now got a waypoint we can grab. And how much space have we got? We've got plenty of space in our inventory, so we'll go in here first. Now in here, we are heading either right or left, we don't know which. That's the random area, and it's probably right based on the fact we can go this way. It normally terminates pretty quickly if we can't. So get pretty far to the end, and then there'll be a path downwards. Go down as far as you can, and then go left. You're basically heading for the quest marker that you can see up there. There's an entrance from below, which is here. Grab that, open that, pick up that, and go and open this door, waiting for Sin to come down. We don't actually need to wait for him, I don't think. We are going to grab speed up.
An empire is not.
Once we've got him, actually, let's log. Now, in that little area we're in, there is a crafting recipe.
Remember,
so if you haven't got it yet, you'll be able to grab that before you log out. You don't need to log out, you can actually walk out and use the portal if you want to. And now we're back in the Ruined Square. Once we're back, we're going to head down to the Reliquary. Now, there is a boss in here to fight, and it is a quest, but don't do it because it's just not worth it. So we're going to skip him. I'll just sort of point to where he is. And actually, if you see my Act 5 guide, you already know how to avoid him. He's basically that way, right? Probably that little door to the right there. So we're just going to keep running down to the second one, and this is where we want to be. If there's no door, you're in the wrong place. In the reliquary, we're going to level up our skills, grab the waypoint, and then head around to get the artifacts that we need to collect. I can't remember what they're called. We'll just call them artifacts. Run to the right first, and then head to grab the relic. They're relics, that's what they are.
Pruning a branch can save a tree.
Grab the relic and head upwards. Now, there are 3 relics in the area. One is bottom right, one is top right, and then one is top left. So all we're doing is trying to get to those areas to grab the relics. You will get a skill point for doing this quest. Now we have plenty of inventory, but I don't know if we actually have with that stick. Maybe that was a mistake. Use our jump skill to get over that edge. Kill the blues. There's a lot of blues in here. Pretty normal actually to see lots of blues in here. Lots of rares as well. Grab the last one, and when we grab the last one, it'll tell you to deliver Katava's Torments to Lani. We log out. Once back in, we go and speak to Lani. She will give us our skill book, which also has some free reroll points. Reroll points basically let you regress the tree. So if you go to the tree, you got refund passive points, and you can roll some back. Now we're not going to need to roll some back for quite a while, so we're not going to do that. Now we're also going to get these things. This one and this one, but we're going to go for the life first.
Can't see why I'd want to do that.
Because I do not want to die before I get to maps this time. There's an argument to say Reliquary is faster than Ruined Square, but I always tend to go to Ruined Square. I could be completely wrong to do it. And then once we get down here, we're just going to run to the left of the arena until we find some stairs, and then head upwards to the cathedral roof. Once on the roof, a caretaker will come out and shout at us for being on the roof. That doesn't really happen.
My mana is gone.
I don't think there's a caretaker, and if there was, he's turned into a Katava follower, because everyone on the roof is a Katava follower. But basically, on this roof, it's not fixed layout, but the end is always the same place. So the middle can move, the start and ends are always in the same place. Actually, you want that? Get it. Sulphur is for Delve. If you've never done Delve, you're missing out, because Delve is one of the best places to level late game, in my opinion. Now, we just continue to the end of the roof. We're going to kill blues again, like normal. Grab that, head onwards. Now, this is the Katava fight. Once we kill him, we will lose 30% of our resistances across the board. So 30% Chaos, 30% Fire, 30% Lightning, 30% Cold. Now, that will probably put us under cap in most of our resists, so we're going to have to fix our resist once we get to X6. This is the Apex. We put our little stick in there. Attach a skill point, which we should have probably done first. Well, I didn't manage it. Avoid his first attack, which is that big slam, and just hit him with poison. Despair him, so he's vulnerable to chaos. And again, just look for his attacks. Once he's phased, he'll go down and then come back up. Now that does give me time to put on that skill gem I missed for life. 1121. This is much better than I was doing before, which I think was about 800. Because I went all out damage instead of life, and that was a big mistake. I keep forgetting how difficult the leveling's become now they've changed all the mobs. I'm sure there are players who go, difficult? But, you know, I'm not an expert like you guys. I'm about half an expert. Actually, if the 10,000 hours to become an expert is to be believed, then I am actually half an expert, because I've just got over 5,000 hours on Path of Exile, which is a massive waste of life. Or maybe it isn't. Actually, that's probably the wrong thing to say. Which is a great use of your time. However, I do want to discuss the benefits of going outdoors. We don't do it enough in today's climate, especially with the lockdown, and if you happen to live in the UK, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. You really should get out for a walk. I found out during lockdown that I've got a river near my house that I never knew existed, and it's actually really lovely to walk down there. Because when you get into my age, you know, everything sort of atrophies if you don't use it very often, so you really do want to make sure you're using your legs. Even if it's for 5 minutes a day, just get away from your computer. Now, the heart that's come out now, we're just going to keep hitting till it dies. Basically, he'll throw out his heart twice. The ad mobs can be quite dangerous. I do like this elusive thing. I can't remember what it gives us, but I think it's sort of evasion and stuff. Dodge, maybe. Okay, he's down again. Now, this area of effect, he drops on the floor. The little ghosts come out, and the trail they leave. The ghosts hurt, but the little trail left behind also hurts like hell. Does he resist chaos? Oh, he's already phased. So this is the end of the fight. He's basically going to knock us unconscious now. The first time this happened, I thought I died, and I was like,
but it cannot be extinguished.
Sin comes and saves us before he actually kills us. And this is the little path to Act 6. 2 hours, 30 minutes. So we are exactly on track for completing 5 acts. We're 50 seconds behind, actually. So with that said, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time. You've been watching Altec 2K. Thank you for watching.